To start this tutorial, we're going to install the Wing Ide software. So you can Google search Wing Ide download, and then it should pop up as the first link there, and then click the Get Personal link there, and then if you're on Mac, click the OS X installer, and then save file. Once the installer is finished downloading, just double click the file to open it. Once that's completed, it should come up with this window where you can just drag the Wing Personal icon into your Applications folder. To open the Wing Personal IDE, I just used the Command and Spacebar shortcut to get the search bar to open. Now we'll close the Wing Tips window and make sure it says 3.6.4 or later here. If it doesn't, just do a quick Google search and download an updated version of Python. You may have heard the name Python being used as the name of a snake. Python is actually the name of a programming language as well. Here's the logo that you may have seen before. To start off, we are going to go through the different variables available in Python. To do that, we are just going to put in var equals 10. This is an integer variable. Notice how I didn't need to declare it. As in Python, you do not need to declare variables. For a string, we can just write. Now, I'm just using these different variable names. You can use really whatever you want. Equals hello world. To print these variables, we will simply use the print and then open bracket and var, comma, string, and we will play that. And we can see it does the variable number and then a hello world. To do simple math, we can make a variable named a, and we can make that equal to 10, and we can make b equal to, let's say, 30, c equal to 5, and then we can do maybe d equals 7, and then we can do maybe e equals a. To do subtraction, we'll just do a minus d, and then we can multiply that number by, let's say, c, and we can add b to that number, and we can divide that by, let's say, c. And we can see we get negative 19. The next program we're going to make gets the input of your name. So my name is William, and then says hello, and then the name you input. To create this simple program, we're going to make a string variable named name, and then we're going to set that equal to input, and then we will make it say enter your name here. Enter your name. Oh, we're going to leave a space in there just so it looks neater. Then we're going to print hello, and then space, and then plus name, and then we're going to add an exclamation point to the end. And that's it. Let's press play and see if it works. So we're going to enter our name in here, and it works. It says hello William. The next program we are going to make is going to take the number of animals. So I'm going to input the number of animals I have. So 2. They consist of 1 dog and 1 cat. And it's going to output you have 2 animals and they consist of 1 dog and 1 cat. We're going to run that again, and we'll add 2 animals and 1 dog and 0 cats. And then it's going to say, if it notices that the number of dogs and number of cats does not equal the number of animals, then it's going to say input the number of other animals. Say you have like a horse or something. So then we're going to enter 1, and it's going to say it's going to output you have 2 animals and they consist of 1 dog and 0 cats. And we'll drag this over a little bit so we can see it all. You have 2 animals and they consist of 1 dog and 0 cats and 1 other animals. To program this, we're going to make an animals integer. We're going to set that equal to int, then open bracket input, then another open bracket, and we're going to put input, capital I so it looks better, input number of animals, and then 2 closing brackets, remember, because there's one here and another one there. And then we're going to enter a dog's integer, so then int input the number of dogs. Closing bracket, actually two of them, remember, and then cats equals int, open bracket, input, and then input the number of cats, two closing brackets, and now we're going to do the if statement. So if, and then open bracket so we can add two numbers together, dogs plus cats does not equal, so that's exclamation mark equal, animals. Then to finish the if statement, we're going to do a colon like that, and now in here we're going to write another integer variable called other animals. And we're going to set that equal to an integer input, open bracket, input the number of other animals, and then in there, okay, and then we need another closing bracket, and then print you have comma animals, comma animals, and they consist of, and that, and then add dogs, and then dog, and then we're just going to add in here s in case it's singular or plural, and comma cats, comma cat, and then again if it's singular or plural, and comma other animals. We can just click down here, and then other animals, and then we're going to add a period to that and a closing bracket. Now that was one long statement. We are going to use the else statement now. Else print you. So if dogs and cats are equal to each other, we are going to print you have comma cats, comma cat, not singular or plural again, and sorry, you have animals, and they consist of dogs, and comma cats. Oops, we're going to use the variable cats instead of the string cats. So comma cats, and then period and bracket, and that's it. Let's try it out. Make sure to write that on the edge here. Indentation is key in Python, so let's try that again. You have enter two animals in my scenario, one dog, one cat. You have two animals and they consist of one dog and one cat. Let's say we have three animals one dog, one cat, and one other animal. So you have 3 animals and they consist of one dog and one cat and one other animal.